So we're here in the Beaumont Evangelical Missionary Church. Tell me about the project that you worked on here with these windows.
So it was kind of a dream that my pastor had. So he always, for years, he's been talking about doing the story of the Bible through stained glass. And so last summer, he got a few of the artists in the church together and said, who would like to kind of commit to this project, because it's going to be a big project. Mm-hmm. And when he suggested it, I was just like, yeah, it's something I could do and I'm willing to do. Yeah, so it's a series of 16 windows, 8 from the Old Testament and 8 from the New Testament, that just kind of show the whole story. So kind of, his relationship with us. So, creation was perfect, and then the fall, and then how he kind of restored that. And then the end one is Revelation. So we went kind of every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I'd have to get a window ready.
So they look beautiful. They're fabulous.
Thank you.
What kind of response did you get from the congregation?
Every Sunday we'd have a big reveal. And so we'd put it up in the window and then put a black cloth over it. And then Bernie would start preaching, and then kind of midway through the sermon he'd be like, and I'm going to reveal this window, and then how it tied into the sermon. And it just became kind of a cool expectation that people could have. And Bernie still ties it in with every sermon he does.
So he's still talking about these windows?
Oh, yeah. Because, it's very easy, if you're talking about something, your sin nature, and he's like, oh, the fall window, da-da-da-da. If we look over here, blah, blah, blah. And so
they're kind of like anchor points then, are they?
Yeah.
So you can come back to them continually.
Yeah. And Bernie really tries to bring that, he kind of talks to me about what this next year's sermon series is about, and he's like, how can we make it tie in with the windows, or what are your ideas of how this theme connects with which window?
The windows were created originally in response to his sermons, but now it sounds like his sermons are being shaped a bit by the windows.
Oh, and it's it's based on the Bible and God's stories,
yes.
So it should be able to
anchor.
It should be able to tie in with everything, right? So yeah.
Do you have any other hopes for the work that you've created here?
I think it's just also a cool tool to draw the community in, because at night when we have functions here, especially in the winter, when the lights are on inside, you can see them really clearly outside.
From the outside?
Yeah, and so people driving by and walking by have often commented on the stained glass windows. Mm. And
do you have a favorite of all these windows?
This one, from the initial design, I always kind of fell in love with just the way the people turned out. And
this is the baptism of Jesus.
Yeah, so when, the dove comes down and God's like, this is my son. And it just has some cool symbols in it that, when, the shadow of John on the water is foretelling of the crucifixion or whatever, so.
What role does your own personal faith play in your art?
If everything's crazy in my life, it's a way to just kind of refocus me, and I feel that God is working in me through that. It's my talent. He's given that to me, and if I use it to the best of my ability, it does something good in me. So.
It does something good in you.
Yeah, and it can be a huge blessing to people, especially if it's something. If they ask me to do something that they treasure, like that picture for my cousin,
mm-hmm.
a treasured memory, and then I can bring that to life for them. It's very cool, yeah.